I like Conor Benn's chances better than before they interacted. Ryan said this is not going the distance. Do you believe him?
I believe it's not going the distance. I think somebody's going to get knocked out. I think both their styles, when you match them up, like I told you early on, you got Ben, who can punch, right? And anybody that can punch always tends to put Ryan on the defense.
I think the aggressive, and he's gonna have that approach, and he's gonna be real aggressive on him, put pressure on Ryan.
Okay.
And I just keep going back to, I watched the Rolly fight. Like, he took the left hook away, and I didn't think Rolly can do that, right? And then I think Ben is a lot better than Rolly. Another thing is—
You don't think he's gotten better?
Got you. What about Ryan Garcia fighting another young son from a legend, Conor Benn?
That's going to be so fun.
Who do you like, Mike?
I like Conor Benn talks a lot of crap. I like him too, but I want to see what happens.
Yeah. That's a hell of a fight.
A final one for myself, and I'd assume a lot of people would have asked you about it today, but obviously Ryan Garcia and Conor Benn got announced. I know you'd have been asked about that fight before, but now it's announced. How do you think that plays out on September 12th?
I think it's come about because of the political sphere of how boxing is at the moment, but in terms of fighting in the ring, it's a mismatch. I expect Garcia to win within 4 rounds.
But listen, Conor Benn, they're saying he's punching a lot better at the lower weight division, but I just think Garcia's got— I cannot say, because Ben's been in big fights and the big stage as well. That Garcia's got that big fight, big experience, and he's got that good amateur pedigree, and his fights with Devin Haney in the amateurs and in the pros and all that stuff. And like I say, you're only one shot away, but I do slightly favour Ryan Garcia.
Telling me one thing: it's about levels, right? And with respect to Conor, who I very much like as well, going in against a completely dehydrated and demoralised Chris Eubank because his physicality and health isn't in good condition, are going in against Ryan Garcia, who's fought at this level, who's fought Gervonta Davis, who's fought Devin Haney. Okay, there's been some controversy behind that, but notwithstanding that, we're talking about levels here. And are you all really beginning to make a case for Conor Benn to win this fight? Because I can't see that case.
What was meant to be an ordinary routine press conference face-off exploded into absolute, uncontrollable mayhem within seconds, as hundreds of flashing cameras captured every split second of the electrifying tension. Conor Benn violently launched himself forward, attempting to physically slap Ryan Garcia straight across the face. The eruption was so sudden, so savage and raw, that even Dana White, a combat sports veteran who has witnessed decades of pre-fight insanity, was left completely frozen and visibly stunned on stage. The hatred boiling between these two fighters isn't manufactured for marketing or staged to sell pay-per-view buys. It is 100% real. And with their highly anticipated championship collision now officially locked in, the entire boxing world is asking the exact same burning question. Is this upcoming showdown a guaranteed brutal knockout victory for Ryan? Or is he walking directly into the most dangerous, career-ending trap of his entire life?
When I looked at the press conference, I'm looking at both fighters' demeanors. I like when fighters are sure. And I feel like Ryan is sure. I feel like both of them are, to be honest with you, but Ryan's a little bit more reserved, with it. It's it's a calm confidence that I like from him. He's just you gonna find out. It's different. It's different levels. My hand speed gonna be too much for you. My power gonna be too much from you. I got more experience than you. I got more amateur experience than you. Bro, you can't beat me, bro. You're not better than Haney. You're not better than all these other guys that I faced. Like, yeah, you might can punch hard, but I can punch harder as well. You know, so like he's not spooked with the talk coming from Conor Benn. And another thing, I think that Ben's will take him somewhere, but I think his will could get him in trouble too.
Long before this fight was ever officially signed, a dark cloud of controversy was already hovering over both men, and fans on the internet were flat out refusing to let either of them escape it. All across social media, fans have ruthlessly branded this fight Austin versus Klaumanai, a savage, mocking reference to the highly publicized substance testing failures that destroyed both fighters' reputations in recent years. This dark history has ignited massive cynicism throughout the boxing division, leaving rival champions completely disgusted and unimpressed. World champion Shakur Stevenson didn't waste a second jumping in, brutally dismissing Benn's status at the elite level by claiming he could step into the ring and beat Benn with one hand tied behind his back.
You talk to them about it? Like, hey, he's with you down the line, I want to make this happen?
Yeah, I just talked with him not too long ago because he was afraid that the Ryan Garcia fight wasn't going to happen. So I told him, like, shit, if it don't, I'll step in.
Okay. Did you tell the guys about that, like the Zuffa guys about that?
And I told Conor Benn himself to keep me updated.
Okay.
Me and him had real conversation about it, so.
All right. Who do you think wins that fight?
Ryan Garcia.
Do you think it's a close fight? Do you think it's a dominant win for him? How do you see it playing out?
Nah, I think Ryan should win that pretty easy. I don't think this should be a hard fight for Ryan. But, you know, you never know who shows up with Ryan. Like, the guy that fought against Rolly, Conor Benn might get in there and scare him and put him in his place. So, we'll see.
So when you say like you want to fight Conor and all that stuff, but if he loses in, you know, dominant fashion to Ryan, does that make you less interested in fighting him down the line?
Yes.
Okay. So there's a lot hinging on this in some regard. Like if people are hoping to see you fight him, if Conor doesn't show up or doesn't look good, maybe it evaporates.
Yeah. Beyond the vicious disrespect coming from their own peers, simply stepping onto the scale might be the most life-threatening battle both men face before a single punch is ever thrown. Benn hasn't competed at the 147 pounds welterweight limit in years, recently bulking up and fighting as heavy as 160 pounds. Former world champion Josh Taylor publicly sounded the alarm, warning that cutting that much hard-earned muscle mass can completely destroy a fighter's stamina, endurance, and punch resistance.
Brought to the roster is Conor Benn. We're hearing this fight with Ryan Garcia is imminent. Dana White at the press conference the weekend said it could be as soon as next week. What are your thoughts on that fight, both in terms of does it excite you, and secondly, what's your breakdown on it? Who do you think wins?
It doesn't excite me at all, really. It's none other than a big fight. It's a big commercial fight. You know, Ryan Garcia's huge commercially, so is Conor Benn. Boxing ability wise, I think Ryan Garcia probably knocks him out, unless everything's all good and all that, you know. But I think that Ryan Garcia is just a better boxer. He's quicker, he's sharper, he's got more experience in the game. I don't think Conor Benn has done well, has improved a hell of a lot. He's quick, he's stronger, he's bigger and stronger than Ryan Garcia. But going off that last performance, I don't think Garcia's got anything to worry about. I think Garcia probably knocks him out after that last performance.
Is there any route for Conor in your mind? Because we saw Ryan have flat performances, the Rolando Romero fighting Conor, up until the move up to 160 and trying to come back down to welterweight when he fought Benn.
There is that. Like, you've got to give him the benefit of the doubt. He's coming back down to 147. Well, it wasn't 147, 148 or 149, was it? Well, it was 150. It was it? Oh, well. I thought it was maybe a little bit lighter than that, but
he might have weighed in at 149, but it was contracted at 150.
Right. Okay. So he weighed in 149. But then it goes another. It's coming down for 160, and after having all them. I don't know what to say, you know, because I might get a court case on my ass.
Taylor made it crystal clear that Ryan isn't safe either. Dropping back down after bulking up for heavier fights often leaves a boxer looking flat, drained, and structurally fragile. The exact same flaw that was exposed during Ryan's shaky, troubled performance against Rolando Romero. If either man makes even a single mistake during their weight cut, they could be stepping into the ring with a severely compromised chin just waiting to get cracked.
It might be a case of his body adjusting to being so heavy and taking off that muscle mass. It takes a bit of time to adjust to losing that weight again and getting your body used to it and being at that weight and performing and with the training load and all that at that weight. So it's maybe just a case of that. You know, he's done it now. Hopefully he's been in the gym. I don't know what he's like. Hopefully he's still staying in the gym and he's not put on too much weight. And he can probably get back down to 147 then after that. So it remains to be seen.
The mental warfare kicked off long before any physical hands were ever thrown, and Ben knew exactly how to hit Ryan where it hurts the most. Standing toe-to-toe, face-to-face, Ben began taunting Garcia in fluent Spanish, mocking his heritage and screaming that he isn't a real Mexican fighter. Yet, Garcia appeared completely unbothered by the psychological warfare. Speaking directly to the reporters, Ryan laughed off Ben's threats, firing back with supreme arrogance by branding him a corny attention seeker.
Today is what I gotta do.
You know, things are getting kind of heated with Conor already. I just spoke with him. And,
you know, he's a big attention seeker. He's even to the right of me right now. He's probably going to try to do something or something. I don't know. He's just a corny guy. I'm not too worried about him because in the ring, I already know my skills are that much better than him. He could do anything. He could push me. He could try to slap me. I'm just too quick for him, too clean for him. He's not going to beat me. That's it.
He just told me that he's going to make you quit during the fight.
That's great.
What are your thoughts on that?
Please make me quit. Make me quit. Please try. Because every time you come in, bow, 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 bow. I'm like, damn, how many times am I going to hit you? Bow.
Bro, take it easy.
He's already ugly.
I don't want that smoke.
He's already ugly. He about to get uglier. Trust.
You seem very fired up. What does he have to offer in terms of threatening you?
He just got a good mouth, man. That's good promotion. He's just a big yapper. That's it. That's what's going to be the best part about it.
Conor Benn's father and longtime trainer, Nigel Benn, fired back with supreme confidence, insisting Ryan Garcia has absolutely nothing extraordinary to offer. Nigel boldly claimed that his son has already faced every possible style before, guaranteeing with complete certainty that this fight will never reach the final bell because they are chasing a devastating knockout victory.
Conor Benn. I like the way he talks, but he's got to be careful what he says.
What do you think of what happens if Ryan steps in the ring with him?
Oh, it's gonna be total war. But you know what? Our IQ is a lot better, and I know that for a fact. But it's okay. You know, he likes to sell the fight. Hey, more power to him.
Although the contest has generated enormous worldwide attention, the vast majority of respected boxing experts still consider this showdown a glaring technical mismatch. Even the betting markets support that opinion. Garcia recently opened as an overwhelming minus 430 betting favorite, giving him roughly an 81% implied chance of completely overwhelming Ben inside the ring.
Got two guys who are very popular. Conor is very popular in the UK. Ryan is popular in the US, but probably worldwide with his YouTuber audience, his streamer audience. So I do think that, you know, fight makes sense from that perspective. How can you not make it? But as far as the kind of fight it's going to be a disappointment as a fight. I think it's a one-sided fight. I don't think Conor Benn is on that level. Call Ryan a YouTuber, call Ryan a streamer, call Ryan what you want. But when Ryan shows up focused, Ryan is still a world-class fighter, and that's for that reason he owns a world championship. For me, Conor Benn is a guy who's placed there out of popularity, and unless you do the Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. route, where you rob half of the guys on his record and you rob them, this guy's never going to become a world champion, you know. And I think that, you know, this fight is popular for a lot of reasons, but ultimately, as a fighter, the people on the inside as a fighters, and we're in the minority, the people that actually understand boxing, the people that watch this fight, these two guys are so popular that the majority of people are going to bring, the majority of the people that gets brought to a fight like this, brings their attention to a fight like this, are not boxing people, right? So they're just going to watch it out of the curiosity because both of these guys are so popular, and that's why these kind of fights cross over, right? But the minority is people like us who understand boxing. We in the minority know this is not a good fight. This is a one-sided mismatch, and I think I would be shocked if Ryan doesn't knock him out in a one-sided.
Respected analysts, including Tim Bradley and Polly Malignaggi, have openly criticized Benn's shortage of elite-level experience. Meanwhile, highly regarded trainer Greg Hackett carefully analyzed Benn's footwork, describing every movement as completely predictable and far too easy for a fighter with Garcia's exceptional speed to exploit.
I think it's a great fight. But I think if Ryan go out there looking like anything like his last fight, I think he'll stop Conor Benn. I don't think Conor Benn is defensive enough. I like his intensity level, but his defense don't really handle defense. And Ryan's speed gives anybody problems. And then he can punch too. So I think Ryan stop Conor Benn on some real shit. I think all the 47 pounders will stop him. I think Brian Norman Jr. would stop him. I think Devin Haney would stop him. Whoever at 47, top echelon, I think they'll stop him.
Is it the weight? Because he looked good against Eubank.
Yeah, I think it could be the weight, but also I think it's just his style. His style is not really that complicated. It's a simple style, and the things he do is simple. He jump in, jump out. You know what I mean? Jump in, jump out. It's like fighting a strong amateur. It's just like being in there with a strong amateur.
Regis Prograis said that he's the hardest puncher he ever been in there with.
Yeah, but that's Regis Prograis after his legs have been through everything they could go through and gave out on him. His legs not even there. So for him to say that, that's cool. But I can't judge it off of Regis Prograis because you was able to still stand there and take the shots. 2, he ain't never really, you know what I'm saying? He ain't do you dirty enough for me to be like, oh shit. You know what I mean? You was still in there. You was still physically able. So I don't think he punching that hard.
Yet the harshest criticism arrived from Hall of Fame champion Carl Froch. Froch brutally tore apart Benn's latest performances, arguing that he constantly carries his chin dangerously high while recklessly jumping into exchanges. Froch further insisted Benn's punching power has disappeared entirely, confidently predicting Ryan Garcia will completely flatten him within only 3 explosive rounds.
Ryan Garcia, how do we see that one panning out? Because on paper, that is what should happen next. Suddenly, that's still not the big landmark name you want, though, is it?
Not for Ryan Garcia, no. I mean, Conor Benn against Ryan Garcia, I think Conor Benn gets absolutely splattered. I've got to be honest, I don't think he's got a chance. He's not there yet. And I've said it before, and he gets the ump with me for saying it. But who's he beat? What's he done? Who's his biggest win?
Chris Eubank.
You can't say it's a big win. This guy finished Eubank years ago. And Eubank lost a couple of fights. He got battered by Liam Smith. And that's a level. It's like, what's Eubank done to warrant Conor Benn saying, I'm ready for world titles like this against this guy? I know he's just now become a new world champion, and it'd be a good fight. But for me, I just think Ryan Garcia runs rings around him. I don't know if you agree or disagree.
He might have a new dream. He might have a better dream. If I'm Conor Benn, I'm probably looking at Garcia though as the one for me because it's a bigger fight than the Shakur fight.
Yeah. And more winnable.
And more winnable. So yeah, it's more dangerous in some ways, but it's more winnable in others. And that's a fight that I would be really excited for, to be honest. I'd really, because I think Conor Benn, whether he's limited or unproven in certain ways, he's got an exciting style, and he's good to watch. He's fun to watch, and he's coming off a massive high. He's a much better fighter now than he was a year ago, just through having those 2 camps, fights, the whole process against Eubank, performing on the highest stage, coming back from a loss to avenge it in a great way. And maybe it might be flattering because Chris Eubank was so finished. But I think the Garcia fight, I think it's a great fight, really.
Looking beyond the traditional boxing community, several of the biggest personalities across mainstream sports media remain equally split over the matchup. Veteran broadcaster and analyst Max Kellerman recently spoke publicly, dismissing Conor Benn's chances of pulling off a shocking upset against Ryan Garcia with absolute conviction and confidence.
Conor Benn's I think first fight at 147 in 4.5 years, so that is not easy. I've been around Conor Benn a lot. He's a big guy, but he only had 6 weeks to make way for the Regis Prograis fight. I think it's going to be a better weight cut this time around. He did it once before earlier this year. Now he has a lot more time to do it. And don't forget, right, Tim? He was a massive puncher at 147 years ago. Yeah. I think about the fights against Chris Algieri, Chris Van Heerden. I'm not saying those guys are killers, but those were big knockouts.
Ryan Garcia and Conor Benn, I almost called him Nigel, and Conor Benn are both big, strong, power punching welterweights.
They are.
If you're around Ryan or Conor, you can see they're big for the division and they can both punch for the division. But speaking of the Prograis fight, as a future Hall of Fame athlete, Shady, I do think there's something to, well, why can't he get up for this fighter the way he can get up for that fighter? Because the reality is, you cannot simulate the adrenaline. How do you really simulate the adrenaline to get up for a lesser fight on a smaller stage? It's not the same. It's not going to affect you the same way, one would think, you tell me, as when you have to fight a greater threat on a bigger stage. Yeah. His best performance was against Eubank in the rematch.
And that's a great point, because you go from fighting Eubank, it's all the history with that. It's such a big fight, right? It almost won Fight of the Year or something like that, so it was a big fight. And then Prograis is like, he's gonna retire to this fight, right? Older, it wasn't the same. So it's hard to get up for certain fights. Same thing in sports. Yes, are you prepared? For sure, but it's a difference when the whole world wants to see this type of fight compared to I'm just hanging there with a fight. I will say this though, you won't get up for Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia's going for a big win and all the attention he gets, and I feel like a fight like that, fans are gonna want to see it. I think we're gonna get the best Conor Benn. I just believe that.
Look, I disagree with that.
Kellerman explained that Benn's relentless forward pressure and aggressive style could become a fatal mistake against a precision counterpuncher like Garcia. He predicted Ryan's lightning-fast hands, flawless timing, and devastating left hook will create an impossible challenge that Benn simply cannot solve once the opening bell finally rings.
I believe it's not going the distance. I think somebody's going to get knocked out. I think both their styles, when you match them up, like I told you early on, you got Ben who can punch, right? And anybody that can punch always tends to put Ryan on the defense, right? We haven't seen that scary shell. Remember, Barrios couldn't punch like that. When he turns his back like this and going that scary shell.
Luke Campbell dropped him too.
Luke Campbell dropped him. But I feel like
Luke Campbell, Olympic gold medalist, by the way.
Yes. I feel like Ben has a chance because he has a right hand, good right hand, a strong right hand. I think the pressure that he puts on
he has an engine.
Well, yeah, he keeps going, and you see the will that he has.
Connor's mental is strong. Yeah,
he's mentally strong. However, look. If he gets past that left hook, he got to get past that left hook, man. And one more thing. In his last fight, in Garcia's last fight, that right hand that he was throwing, very effective.
Nice,
in that fight. Yeah, you can see him starting to add new things to his repertoire,
but
more than just a left hook. That's going to be a punch. I believe that's going to be a definitive punch in this fight against.
I'm going to go with Ben. I think the aggressive, and he's going to have that approach, and he's going to be real aggressive on him, put pressure on Ryan.
Okay.
And I just keep going back to when I watched the Rolly fight. Like, he took their left hook away, and I didn't think Rolly can do that, right? And then I think Ben is a lot better than Rolly. Another thing is...
You don't think he's...
Because with Conor Benn, he fights at 147, so I'm wondering, like, if you're going to fight him, where would you fight him at, number one? And number two, are you saying that from 140 to 147, you're willing to fluctuate and move back and forth as opposed to just moving up in weight or whatever? What's your intent?
Well, my intent, look at my strength and conditioning coach, he said that he believes that I can make 140 comfortably. I trust, the people, my team around me. If their opportunity presents itself, I would love to fight Shakur Stevenson, or we could bring Gervonta back, from wherever he's at, resurrect him for, you know what I mean? Like, let's go. I want that. Right. If the opportunity presents itself, I just want boxing to be at the top. I want to make these fights happen, and I know I could beat these guys. Conor Benn, of course, 147, I would love to defend my title, and if that happens, let's do that too.
Yeah, you know what? I'd be remiss. Listen, you're going to mention Conor Benn or whatever. I'm getting sick and tired of people talking about themselves at the welterweight division without mentioning the name Boots Ennis, because this brother is special as well, and we don't bring up that name nearly as much. When I think about Ryan Garcia, I think about a cat that I believe is box office. When he's on his game, he's must watch. No question about it. Is there a specific individual that you believe out there immediately after, assuming you fight Conor Benn and that happens and you win, is there a mega fight out there that you think everybody wants to see that stands above the crowd?
There's only one. It's Devin Haney. We already know the history. We already know what happened. I don't want to get into that. But the world wants to see that again. I have something to prove. He has something to prove. That's the only fight that would make sense. Will it happen?
Well, I kind of vouch for Ryan. I'm like, man, he got skills. He's a skillful fighter.
Then he got in there. I don't know what he was doing. Like, I didn't understand what was happening.
You know, it's one of them things where he has the fight with Devin. He beats Devin, gets popped, you know, for whatever he was on, Osterine. And then there's like, he's got a long time off. There's a lot of people mad at him. There's a lot of people, you know, which is such an unfortunate thing if you think about his performance against Devin, because that was incredible.
Yeah, but the problem is he got caught.
He got caught, yeah.
So, like, I don't know. Like, for me personally, if you got caught, it's like, I can't give you the credit for that.
Right.
Like, I don't give him credit for that night with Devin.
Yeah, but steroids don't help you land punches.
I get
They help you recover in training. They help you train a little harder. They might give you a little bit more power, but that left hook was on point.
Yeah, but that little bit of more power probably wasn't enough to hurt Devin. Because if you really watch the fight and pay attention to the fight, and people might not agree with me on this, but I feel like Devin was winning the moments that was quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when people's not really, Devin is winning most of the, like, boxing match, but the moments where Ryan was so loud and, like, everybody got to see him get hurt and knocked down to where, like, I just feel like Devin, if he didn't get dropped by them punches, he could have won that fight.
But he did get dropped.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
And also,
But
I
what
think...
if the Osterine was helping his power?
I mean...